Hey, honeys.
Yo, yo, yo. It's the Who,
Where,
Their podcast.
Well, that's a mouthful.
Yeah, you can just call us the Travel Brats.
First name travel.
Last name Brat.
So, what's on the itinerary today?
Snaps for we should snap, but we
clap. Okay.
Hey, everybody. Happy Friday. It is Valentine's Day, and I'm alone. Ashley?
We hope that you guys have more fun than we're going to have tonight.
Yeah, but that's okay, because all Sophia needs a little ice cream, a little drink, and a little bit of TV.
A little bit of TV and maybe some margaritas, because that's always the way to go.
Ashley's a margarita person, but if y'all like martinis, I'm on your side. Anyway, guys, so if you tuned into our last video on Instagram yesterday, we announced or unveiled where we were going today. And that is Fort Myers.
Fort Myers, and that was not rigged at all or anything. We didn't want to do Fort Myers at all.
Ashley's just been begging me to do Fort Myers, but she had nothing to do with that. It was just, it was just the plan. It was just the plan.
Well, you didn't realize how many places there are to go in Fort Myers and things to do in Fort Myers. There's so many facets of it until we started writing it down and creating this guide, because since we live in paradise, sometimes we forget that this is a travel destination and people
Sometimes
should...
We're ungrateful.
Yes, sometimes. But we really do love the beach, but we have more places than we even realized.
Yeah, and if you guys heard our intro video, again on Instagram and our YouTube channel, we talk a lot about, we live in Fort Myers now, but I'm from Atlanta, she's from Chicago, so we've been to a lot of cool places, but this is really a home for us now, and I think it's going to be our base for a while. So first, we're going to talk about all the beach destinations around Fort Myers. We're going to talk about downtown, and we're also going to take you for a little ride to the airport, as well as talk about some really fun places to go around Florida Gulf Coast, because that's both where we went to school.
Yes, so there's so many places to go. So starting with Fort Myers Beach, so I live the closest to Fort Myers Beach, so I spend a lot of time down there. But a big thing is that there's always so much fun to do, fun things to do. When I want to go to a beach that has so much going on, I choose to go to Fort Myers Beach instead of Bonita Beach or Naples Pier. So basically you can do sports, volleyball, tennis.
Did you just say tennis? She's losing it, you guys. I think it's because Valentine's Day, she's already started drinking. Just kidding.
It's 10 a.m.
It's 10 a.m. and, there may be something in her coffee. I don't know because I haven't tried it yet. But anyway, you can't play tennis.
On the transcript that we wrote, too, I put volleyball at Lani Kai, but then I put drinks on the beach. So the fact that she's talking about drinks right now has me feeling some
Speaking
way.
of drinks on the beach, guys, if you've ever heard of Lani Kai, I know it's everybody's hot spot for spring break. And so it's pretty funny because we go down there some days in spring and everybody's there visiting. So it's oh, it's Saturday and I finished work early. Let me just hop on down to the beach because there's 2,000 people doing whatever, having twerk contests and taking shots.
There's no rules.
No rules at Lani Kai. That's why I'm more of a Naples gal because I'm old now and boring. But I go down there, and if you guys go down there, they have a bar outside, and there's these awesome drinks. I mean, they got your basic stuff like strawberry daiquiris, pina coladas, but there's this one awesome drink. It's similar to Miami Vice, and it's blue, red, white, and blue. And man, I think the last time I went there with some of my guy friends, we had 12 of those, and they taste like candy, and then I was just feeling myself the whole day, and it was great. It was really great.
If I had that many, I'd be asleep at the beach.
Yeah.
So
speaking of who's really boring.
But also on top of that, there's other things that you can do around there. There's a lot of water sports. I love kayaking. Well, I mean, you can always rent jet skis too, but kayaking is a little bit simpler. And I always get this Groupon where you can go out of Mike's Marina right before you go over the bridge into Fort Myers, and basically this Groupon for kayaking, you rent the kayak for 4 hours, you take it out, you can kayak to some of the restaurants around there, and some of the best restaurants to go, whether you're with friends or family, are definitely Dock Ford. Dock Ford, you can either dock your boat there or drive there, it's fine, but the best thing there is this Yucatan shrimp. I'm not even a shrimp person, but this is the best stuff. Anybody who talks about it, we literally buy the sauce that it's in for home so we can just eat it whenever we want. So Dock Ford is definitely my favorite restaurant around there.
Yucatan shrimp, popcorn shrimp, fried shrimp, shrimp sandwich. Yeah, guys, if you like shrimp, go to that place. If you don't like shrimp, then don't go there.
There's still some other good
Your
stuff too,
evening's
and I
gonna
mean the
suck.
drinks are always pretty good. But Nervous Nellies is so much fun down on Fort Myers Beach. It's super colorful, and I've gone with my grandparents, I've gone with my friends, I've gone on dates there. It's always a good find, and their menu's massive. Bonita Bills is where we like to take our kayak to, and you can just pull your kayak up on the dock and like chill out there. It's very relaxed. You can be wearing your swimsuit, put a little cover up on. Sunset Bar and Grill in Times Square. So on Fort Myers Beach, there's this thing called Times Square. It's kind of where all the action is. There's everything from like DQ, kill wins, to little pop-up little shops that you can find some cute little knickknacks and gifts at. But yeah, basically Sunset Bar and Grill is so much fun there. You can watch the sunset from there. It's right by the pier. And the food is pretty good too.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite thing about most of Fort Myers restaurants. That's like, as opposed to Naples or Bonita, a lot of them are on the beach, like right on the beach. So you can sip on your pina coladas and eat your popcorn shrimp and watch the sunset. And that's kind of the whole point of being on the beach. You know, you don't want to go downtown and eat unless, you know, you're in Naples. But that's another story for another day. Yeah. And, well, I was going to go back to tennis real quick, Ash, because I was thinking about how stupid you were this whole time. And then I realized that they have those little tennis ball things that you can
like
play,
the
like
beach
little beach tennis paddles.
That
so,
is
guys,
true.
Ashley was onto something there, and we didn't give her credit. So I just wanted to shout you out, Ashley. But let's talk about the real fun stuff. So eating, you know, sipping on your pina coladas. But if you guys want nightlife, don't let Fort Myers let you down, because actually Fort Myers Beach has great nightlife.
Mm-hmm. It does. It's really fun. Some of the places are, when it's not season, with all the snowbirds are down, it can kind of be a little bit more dead, but during season, it definitely has different stuff going on at the Cottage. If you like live music, honestly, Times Square has so much going on. Then the Cottage is my favorite place to go. The drinks are always fun. There's always so much going on. It's right on the beach, too. And then there's Salty Crab for rum buckets. People talk very highly of that, and I am a fan. So there's always little, like, places that you can go, and there's, like, a long strip that you can just kind of keep hopping until you find exactly what you want. And it's relatively safe. Like, it's always good to go out with like a pack and stick with your friends, have your code words, know when you need to dip, and definitely be aware of your surroundings.
It's safe, but it's fun. And hey, speaking of rum buckets, are those similar to fish bowls?
Well, kind of. It like is in like a bucket type of thing, and then you drink out of that, but like it has fun straws, and they have different like garnishes in it, but like nothing compares to a fishbowl. Honestly, if you want a fishbowl, Bass Pro Shops has like the best fish bowls. That little restaurant in there, I can't even think of the name of it. But
yeah, I mean Bass Pro, I know Bass Pro and Bimini, but that's for another episode. That's
Bimini.
in Sanibel.
Stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned for Sanibel, you guys. Well, also, if you're, you know, if you like drinks, if you like going out, but also for more snacks during the day, I know we talked a lot about real food like shrimp and restaurants. But if you're like an ice cream person, if you're like a little gift shop kind of person, or if you want a chain restaurant, you know, feel like home, if you're not the biggest seafood person, they've got a Kilwins there, they've got a DQ, they've got little gift shops with all these cool trinkets like your little seashells and your little mermaids.
Your bracelets.
Yes. Oh my gosh, we are big friendship bracelet people because no one else in the world is as creative as us. And every time we go somewhere, we get friendship bracelets.
Of course.
Yeah, but they also have Hooters, which, you know, that's your basic wing place, wings and things. It's awesome. Cute girls most of the time. But yeah, so go check it out.
But yeah, the number one thing to do, and it's not right on Fort Myers Beach, but it's very, very close, is Love Boat ice cream. If you have not had Love Boat ice cream, you are missing out. It is so good. There's usually like a line. It's usually out the door and you have to wait kind of a while, but it's worth every second.
Okay, what's your flavor there?
Well, I like to get the chocolate shake, and I like to get it a little bit chunky, but the banana splits, oh my gosh, it literally, you could share it with 4 people and still be full.
Yeah,
Wait, what
guys,
about you?
Okay, so I love the ice cream everything, but my favorite is birthday cake. Yeah, birthday cake and cake batter, but I get birthday cake there because they're little pieces of like frosting that you get in those. They're so good. And okay, guys, here's the deal with that. I actually talked about how big the banana splits are. If you get any kind of ice cream, the small is like the size of my face, and the medium is like the size of my torso, and the large is as big as me. So
yeah, this one lady in front of us one time, and this was her first time there, she's like, oh, could I just get like a regular size? And the person's like, yeah. They put like probably like 8 scoops on this little cone, And this lady, I've never seen somebody's eyes so big. My mom and I laughed for 10 minutes straight. This lady's like, oh, like she's holding it around like, what the heck do I do with this? We're like, she needs a spoon.
Oh my gosh. So, okay, that reminds me. I went there, I think it was like 2 months ago, and this lady was in front of me, and it wasn't this story, but it's hilarious. So she's ordering like, I don't know, 5 things of ice cream, and I'm like, what is this? Like, she got like a kids in the car for sure. And the lady's like, oh man, you got a lot of ice cream. And she goes, yeah, I'm going to eat all of this on the way home myself.
Shit.
And I was like, can I have a ride? Like, do you want to make a new friend?
Do you want to be my friend?
Do you want to be my friend? I can help you with that because you know it's gonna melt and it's just gonna get sticky all over the place. So it's on cool people, as you can see. And Love Boat is the best ice cream in the entire Southwest Florida area.
And the other thing that I was going to say is the fact like we're mentioning all these different places to go, but we'll definitely be creating like a blog and a transcript for this so you can have links to all the places that you want to go, different directions too. So we'll be linking back to all of this. So along with this podcast,
totally.
You can easily see what we're talking about too.
And if you guys have any questions, what we're going to be doing is answering the previous place questions on the next podcast. So shoot us whatever. You can email us, you can DM us, or you can text us if you actually know us and you have our numbers. I'm not giving it out on this thing. But
it's, 239.
It's 567 Get Lost. Happy Valentine's Day. Take me out. If you want to take me out, I'll give you my number. But other than that, guys, stay away. Anyway, so we talked a lot about the beach, and if you guys are interested, you should totally hit us up with questions and visit it for yourself. But now we're going to get a little more fancy. We're going to talk about historic downtown Fort Myers.
Oh, it's so fun. I'm like a little biased, but I love it so much.
Okay, so let's be real here, Ash. Where's your favorite brunch place downtown Fort Myers?
Okay, I really like Soho. But, like,
Same.
I'm not always a huge brunch person, but I love some of the coffee shops down there. There's Kava down there. I just kind of like the hole-in-the-wall places that you can meet some of the owners and be like, this is really awesome. It isn't
Right.
like the chain. Like, we have Starbucks sitting in front of us right now.
Ew.
So,
Well,
but, like,
it's all an
normally
option.
we like to find places. But Soho is short for social house. Social house is fun all the time.
Yeah, it's fun all the time. And honestly, I think the last time I went there, it was kind of breakfast time, brunch. But for once, I didn't get breakfast. I got tacos. And they're not Mexican place, but those were some of the best tacos I've ever had.
Tacos are always a good idea.
So if you're a taco person, which a lot of people are, go to Soho and order the tacos. They're
Definitely. Where's your
fire.
favorite place, though?
For brunch
Yeah.
or for lunch?
For anything, though.
I would probably have to say, oh, see, this is so lame because I would have to say Soho too.
Yeah.
You kind of took mine, but is there anywhere else that you go for brunch, lunch?
Well, I feel like when I go to like brunch around here, I don't know if First Watch is everywhere all over the country, but First Watch is something you should totally go to if you live around Fort Myers.
It is, yeah, and it is other places, but I don't know if you guys feel like this, but for me, there's chain places, but there's some of those chain places that the cooks there do it just a little bit better than all the rest of them. And the one, if you guys are students at Florida Gulf Coast, go to the one in Gulf Coast Town Center. The eggs, huge, omelets, amazing. Their skillets are like just watering, salivating in my mouth, just amazing. Haha. But they're literally like the best. It's the best food, and they give you great portions. I mean, I'm always having breakfast and then taking lunch home because they give you so much food. And then I've gone to other Fort Myers that are like on Daniels and off of other streets, and they're just, I don't know, they just don't have the same touch.
Yeah.
So, you can hate on chains, but I think there's some chains that do a lot better than others. So, anyway, speaking of downtown, they also have a cool night scene. They have a really, really fun night scene. They have this old-fashioned bar. Ash, what's the name of that old-fashioned bar? Did you get the little, like,
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
what is it called? It's one of my favorite places. It's literally like right down the street from Sky Bar. There's this huge, huge bar that has like multiple levels. It's 3 levels.
Yes,
and
that's
the
Sky
top
Bar.
one is Sky Bar, which is super fun. But sometimes on Saturdays, it's super busy, so you can't always get to the top right away. But maybe if you can smooth your way up there,
Right.
you should definitely try to do that.
And what's funny about Sky Bar is actually they have a Sky Bar in Auburn, and it's super similar. They've got like all those levels of like they got fire around them. You can hang out at the top bar. They got like an open center. You can go inside. They have live music. They have DJ music. So it's kind of like a different rooms, different vibes, and everybody's always there. It's popping. But it's also really cool because if you just leave Sky Bar, there's Soho gets pop-up at night too. So we just talked about Soho for brunch, but you can go there and they all a lot of time do live concerts.
Yeah, the live music is really good. And the fact that what I like too is that like everything's outside. Most of these places are like outside. You can chill and be lax and whatever and like kind of wear whatever you want. Like you look around and like some people are dressed to the nines, some people are wearing some jeans. Like you can wear whatever you want, but the fact that you're outside with live music, because sometimes it gets a little packed up in Sky Bar that you don't really want to deal with that too. But there's different places that you can walk around and kind of find your spot and where you want to be.
I mean, that's so nice because sometimes you just want to go out in jeans and a tank top. Or, you know, they'll let you in there with shorts and a cute blouse. Like, it's not too fancy. It's definitely not Miami clothes. But the cool thing about going out downtown, especially when I was talking about live music, I remember this past summer, my friend said that she saw a flyer and Kiana Lede, if anybody knows Kiana Lede, she has this great song called X, but she's a beautiful singer. She came there. We got to listen to her for like a full hour. It really wasn't that packed. They gave us VIP passes. We got to go up to Sky Bar right after next door from Soho and meet her and just kind of hang out. So they do all these cool little like things at their hidden gem bars and everything like that. But it's a great time. And there's like a square that's right behind of Sky Bar. And then you can just bar hop all night long. You don't have to drive anywhere. You don't have to walk far. It's very, very safe. And so you can go to Celsius. It's more of like a club scene. It's kind of the only bar in downtown Fort Myers. It's like clubby. They got like bottle
I haven't been there.
I went there once with some friends, and honestly, the music was so good. They've got a really good DJ there.
Okay, I was going to ask, is it just like music or DJs?
Yeah, it's more like DJs. So you can go to live music at Soho. You can go to Celsius and get poppin' bottles and dance into DJ music, get a little taste of Miami, and then you can go to that old-fashioned bar, which is actually right next door to Celsius. And then across the street, there's like a pizza place that we always go at like 2 in the morning.
Okay, we call it D-Hop.
D-Hop.
But it's downtown House of Pizza, and they just even expanded it to make it more room because that line at 2 o'clock at night when the bars are closing and you're starving, you're drunk, and you need to sober up a little bit, that is the best pizza of my whole entire life.
And it's like even sober, that pizza is fire. Like
it really is.
Guys, it's like the best pizza ever. They give you all this stuff to put on it and it's amazing. Also, that totally reminded me, Ashley, I could not think of any foods. And now I'm thinking of all these restaurants. Cabo's Cantina.
Yeah, I was going to say that too. That's my favorite place for like, they have a pretty good happy hour too. And the other thing was that we didn't mention was Sky Bar. It's like fun at night but sometimes it becomes too much. Like I don't love huge crowds, but it's so awesome during sunset. Like it is so much fun because they have a happy hour going on there too. And like if you can get there during the week, during like the time sunset's going on, that is so much fun.
It's beautiful because, okay, it's not on the beach downtown Fort Myers, right? Because we're not on the beach anymore, but it is on the Intercoastal Waterway.
Yeah.
And so you can see the boats. And there's also a park that's like right in front of downtown that you can walk through. And there's beautiful statues. There's like places to sit and read. Then you can walk out by the docks and you can just look at the beautiful bridge and you can look at all the boats going by. So, I mean, if you guys know beach versus waterway, Intercoastal, they're both extremely beautiful. It's kind of just what your preference is.
Yeah, and so we're just going to throw out a few more names real quick of bars that we like to hop to, and even a lot of these places have really good food. So definitely, let's see, City Tavern is so much fun if you want to like play pool and do that kind of stuff. There's a Kava bar, which is a little bit different. If you kind of want to have some...
I love the Kava bar. Yeah. Oh, guys, and so a lot of these coffee shops, they have CBD. So if you're like a CBD coffee person, not THC, that's not legal here, guys. Sorry, you'll have to go to Colorado for that. But definitely CBD coffee. It's awesome. They've got like coconut flavor. They've got like dulce de leche, caramel. So both of those coffee places that we talked about, they are absolutely amazing. And you can, if you're confused about the names and everything, Ashley's going to write up that in her blog.
Yeah, definitely. Like, and there's even cigar bar too. Like, I don't actively seek out cigar bars, but I know that's like a big thing. And there's a pretty cool one that's always packed with people who are way cooler than me.
Okay, yeah, like me. But, I live there, guys. I love cigars. If you want any recommendations about cigars, you can DM us that too. And Ashley, that totally reminded me, jumping back to Fort Myers Beach. Okay, Fort Myers Beach, not downtown. There is a little cigar hut.
Yes,
you can't
and it's cute.
Miss it. There's
cute.
A little Indian man carved out of wood outside. So if you guys want to check that out, if you want to go buy some fun cigars and smoke them on the beach, it's totally, totally open.
It's cool. And I remember my brother bought some cigars there, and it was really cool because he brought them back home because they had like a big selection and the people were super helpful with him picking those out. So definitely there's just so many little things that you can get yourself into.
Her brother's cool like me, just saying.
Yeah. Yeah, that was cool. He's my younger brother, but I love him so much. Shout out, Brandon.
Oh, shout out, Brandon. You're cool like me. Ashley likes fruity drinks.
Yeah,
But we'll smoke some cigars, so come down here and smoke some cigars with me and Ashley's brother.
So funny. That makes me think of the Bahamas, though, like chilling on the beach, just smoking some cigars, and I literally can't smoke the cigar. I think my brain doesn't wrap around the concept of smoking. I don't know if that makes me...
I don't know if it was you, but the first time I let somebody try it, they like fell on the floor choking and dying, and I was like, did you swallow that? Like, did you breathe it in? And they were like,
guilty.
And I was like, yeah, they probably did.
But okay, so let's go on a little bit. Downtown's really fun. We recommend it. We'll type that up too.
You know what's super cool too? The last thing about downtown is we talked about the views, but the art.
Oh yeah.
There's so much cool art. So there's this hotel. Okay, actually I got two things now, guys. There's this hotel and all the cool art and all the cool views are right there. It's called the Indiegogo Hotel. And if you guys are like walking through downtown and you just need to like do a pit stop by the bathroom, they got a whole little center. They got a sushi place. They got some boutiques. They got a free bathroom that you can use, which is great because you know how they're always like, buy something or get out. You can't use the bathroom. But anyway, so you go into this Indiegogo hotel. The lobby of the hotel is so beautiful and old fashioned. There's like velvet and gold, and the people at the front are really nice. There's snacks. Then you can take the elevator up to the 4th floor. And it's Fort Myers, so the buildings aren't super high. So the 4th floor, you go to the top, you have a total view of the entire Fort Myers.
I did not know that. How did we not talk about that before?
Every time I'm there, even if people like want to leave, I'm like, wait, we're walking right past it. Like, come on, I drag them in, I drag them up the elevator, and we just sit and kind of hang out up there for a while. So honestly, if you guys are interested in that, I will post a photo. I have a couple photos of me chilling at the top, and you'll see how beautiful the sky is. So just follow me, y'all. Sophia on Instagram, and I will post that and be like, guys, here is your view of Fort Myers. Anyway, so that is great. And if you go back to the bottom and you go behind, so you walk in through the front of the Indiegogo Hotel, if you go out the other way, you end up looking up at this beautiful mural. And we actually learned about this in one of our classes at FGCU. If you didn't know, we still take field trips. We went to downtown Fort Myers.
Field trips are fun.
Yeah, to go see this piece of art. And it is this giant, beautiful mural that apparently this guy painted for the history of Fort Myers. And it's got the Indians, it's got the old people from Civil Wars and things like that, like posted on the back. And it's just got like, it's this brown mural, and the entire history of Fort Myers is on it. So it's pretty interesting because people don't know, like, half the people don't even know Fort Myers is a place.
Yeah.
And then you can see, like, the trains and the military and the Indians and, like, all of basically the history on this long mural. So it's beautiful. It's really cool, you guys. Go check out all that stuff. If you're an art junkie like me, you'd probably really appreciate it.
And if you like art, the coolest thing that I got to do was I went and saw some plays down in Fort Myers. My favorite one was To Kill a Mockingbird. Yeah. But especially if you're a local, they're constantly putting on different plays and having different events going on. So that's really cool and something you should really look into. I'll have to think of what the name is, and I'll definitely link that in the blog.
Totally have a playhouse.
But it's amazing, and it's all right there. So it's like fun to like grab dinner and then go see that. And it's supporting local artists and directors, and getting involved in the community is a big part for us too, so we love to be able to support where we can.
Yeah, for those of you who also have kids, I know they do all these fun little kids drama camps, and their plays range from like To Kill a Mockingbird, which Ashley loves, which is a bigger play, to like they have these separate small rooms where they do these really cool plays.
More intimate than
More intimate, like they use the audience. You guys sit in a black room in front of them, and it's super, super cool. So if you guys are into that drama stuff, it's awesome.
Does downtown Fort Myers, does it have an escape room?
You know, they do have an
did.
escape room. I don't know if it's right in downtown, but I think it's on the way from like FGCU to downtown Fort Myers.
We'll have to check that out. We'll have to let you guys know what our review of the Fort Myers escape room
Yeah, there
is.
definitely is an escape room, but it's in like a shopping center because I've been there before, but it's not downtown. But we will post a location of that and the address for you guys, because if you guys don't know about escape rooms, I think Ashley's done a few of them. I've done a few of them too. They're so fun. They are basically, they put you in a room and they have all these different themes. You can kind of pick, and they have levels, but basically they give you about an hour. And you have an hour to get out of this room. But you can only get out of this room if you like pull the correct lever, and it takes you through a series of clues. And it's like from one person to what, like a 10-person team?
Yeah, we did like a 4-person team one time.
Yeah,
so.
and so I've done them with my tennis team. I've done them with my friends, my family. And I think the coolest one I did was we were basically stuck in a sewer. And it was like you're with a serial killer. He's looking for you. You're trying to like solve the mystery. And if time runs out, he comes and gets you. So like we ended up crawling through the sewer. Like it was obviously fake. But we crawled through a sewer to another room, and then we ended up in his lair, which was like the 4th room at the end of it. And then we were almost figured it out. And we were like trying to reach a key through a knob in like the bathtub. It was crazy. And then this door just swings open and slams, and all of us screamed. And it was like the guy that does the basically works there, and he was like, "Time's up." And we were like, "Ah!"
Yeah, we never won either. But okay, so let's keep going. What else is in Fort Myers? So one thing we really wanted to mention is our local airport. That's called RSW. I don't know what Regional Southwest Florida. I don't know what the entire name is, but the abbreviation is called RSW. It's right by Florida Gulf Coast University. It's right in the middle of everything. So a big thing that I wanted to shout out is I try to fly Southwest whenever I can. I get a lot of rewards through them, and bags fly free. I hate paying for baggage fees like when I fly American or Delta. I'm like, you seriously want me to pay for my bags? They have to come with me. So that was a big thing for me is I love Southwest, so shout out to that. Another thing is I have global entry, which is really awesome. Like I went through the process of being able to basically be like verified by like the US government to like be able to travel more internationally, but it also means that like 95% of the time I have TSA pre-check, so I don't have to take off my shoes, but it's just like a little process where you go through like an interview.
She's one of those privileged TSA pre-check people.
Yes.
Guys, the people that aren't, guys, I feel for you right now. My heart goes out to all the people that wait in the regular lines because they are sketchy like me. I understand. Anyway, carry on.
Definitely look into global entry, especially if you travel a lot. It'll make your life easy. I'm really surprised Sophia doesn't already, but she'll put it on her list of things to do, the long list.
And while I'm being a hater, I will continue. Can I like de-recommend a certain airline? Okay, Frontier. If anybody who's ever flown Frontier or anyone who works for Frontier is listening, I really hope you are. You guys suck. I was trying to get out of here one time to go skiing on Easter weekend to be with my family, and my flight, it was supposed to be at like 6 a.m. on a Friday morning because I didn't want to fly out at night and do a red eye on Thursday. Literally delayed till 10, delayed till 12, delayed till 1, 4, and then at like 6:30 p.m. I spent the entire day working on a paper at Bojangles because the airport's small, sitting there smelling fried chicken all day. And then they were like, "Oh, you can go home because your flight's canceled for today. There's another one going out at 8 a.m." So I ended up going out at 8 a.m., spending like one day skiing, and then coming home. So Frontier, clean it up. Clean it up.
Get your act together.
Anyway.
Then the other thing is I think Sophia can attest to this. I am the best deal finder of all time.
Totally.
When we went to New Orleans, like I was finding stuff left and right. Like I was saying, I like to use Groupon, TripAdvisor. TripAdvisor is what I recommend because like I've personally never had a problem with it. I find great deals, especially if stuff's last minute. So I definitely recommend using that. And another thing that I like using, and especially it like fulfills that traveler in me, is the Hopper app. The Hopper, like a little bunny. Okay, so the Hopper app, basically you plug in dates that you want to travel and it notifies you if like flights are going down or if there's a better time to travel. So you can save as much money as you can, and it also finds like what airline is flying the cheapest. So it allows you to do a little bit of research, but I get way too many notifications telling me like, oh, this flight to South America dropped $100.
Oh, yeah, let's go to Guatemala, guys, right now.
Yeah, like I'm like, okay, well, I'm not working full time, so maybe I'll have to. But definitely, like, especially if you only have a certain amount of time off or a little bit of flexibility, that's one of the best things I recommend using.
Totally.
Definitely around the airport. Fly into, it's sometimes a little bit more expensive to fly into Fort Myers than it is to fly into like Miami or Tampa just because they're bigger hubs. But if you are trying to just stay in Fort Myers, it's really convenient.
Yeah,
There's
guys,
rental
like
cars. And
if you know anything about, I mean, Ashley obviously knows because she's used to fly in and out of Chicago O'Hare probably, but it is the biggest pain to, first of all, drive to a long airport like Chicago O'Hare, or I'm from Atlanta, the Atlanta airport.
Oh, that's huge.
Not the biggest in the world, but the busiest in the entire world. That says a lot. The people are super rude there. Okay, driving all the way there, parking for like $100 a day, and then having to go through like a 2-hour security line because I don't have pre-check because I'm a peasant, and then dealing with all that, guys. Fort Myers, you know, your parents come in to visit you. You can drive 10 minutes from your house or school or anywhere you are to pick them up. The airport takes about 45 minutes to get in and out of. So if I have a flight that's leaving, not even boarding, leaving at 2 p.m., I can arrive at the airport at 1 o'clock.
Okay, she likes to push it.
All right, push it.
I like to be like 2 hours early to everything, and I'll just sit my happy little
She's
butt.
a slow mover. Ashley's in Florida time.
No, I just don't ever want to be late to anything. I've taken Sophia to the airport probably 3 times now, and I'm like, Sophia, no, we have to leave like an hour before you're telling me.
Like,
I'll be there at 5 a.m.
30 minutes max. And then I'll literally be shopping at Brighton before I even go through the security line. I'll be like,
She's
oh, mommy
something
needs a
else.
Valentine's Day present. Let me buy her a heart necklace. And like, they're like, flight 167 to Atlanta is boarding in 3 minutes. Zone 1. And I'm like, oh, what zone am I? Zone 2? Oh, I got tired. I got like another 10 minutes from zone 2.
They're literally saying Sophia's name over the intercom. No joke. She's that person. Everybody's like, we're waiting on one person, Sophia Blano.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, anyway, guys, if you like living life on the edge, you know, 1 hour. If
Travel
you like,
with Sophia then.
If you don't like missing your flight and being miserable, then arrive an hour and a half early like Ashley does.
Yes, and hang out, get a drink, do your thing, bring a book, read.
Yeah.
You probably need to read.
Yeah. I actually remember, I have to shout this out because we went to Colorado on spring break. I went with 2 of my best guy friends, and we were in the Fort Myers airport, and I was like, I want a coffee. So we're stopping at coffee, and I pick it up. As soon as I put that thing in my hands, it drops and spills all over my white Adidas shoes, all over my leggings, all over my top. I had no extra clothes. And my friend Tyler looks at me and he just goes, this is going to be a great trip. And that's another story for another day. I just wanted to foreshadow because that trip started so bad because I was late in the airport, had to get coffee, and spilt it all over. So, guys, maybe karma. So, never mind. Maybe you should show up an hour and a half early.
I don't fly with Sophia very much. We more stick to the road trips, but we'll talk about that all a different time.
That's
though,
a
too.
story for another day. Ashley's a brave soul for going on road trips with me.
Yeah,
for
and
sure.
letting her drive.
Yes.
But okay, let's keep going. What is by our old university? Well, not old. We're actually filming. We're
Our
recording.
old alma mater,
Our
which we are
alma
currently
mater.
in right now, recording in their studio, and I feel like I shouldn't be here anymore.
No,
but
I am. I'm supposed to be here. I'm a business student, so
Ashley's
I just
actually a
feel so old compared to everybody walking through. It's kind of weird, but I'm like, hey, I am a student, but like also you guys look like you're in high school.
I know, it's quite scary.
So places that we love around here, I really want to give a big shout out to my best friend Ben. Opened up Bahia Bowls.
Ben,
We love you. So it's good for healthy eating and having something delicious. It's acai bowls. So he just started franchising it. It's the best recipe. I might be a little biased,
and
but it's so good.
let's be real here, guys. There's some other bowl places in the area, but this place has cookie butter. Okay, like, if anyone doesn't know what cookie butter is,
I don't.
Sophia Blano can turn the healthiest thing into the worst thing for you guys. So instead of going to ice cream, just go to Bahia Bowls and then ruin your healthy bowl by putting cookie butter and Nutella all over it. It's basically like a cookie dough mixed with butter, hence the cookie butter. So if you're interested in that, guys, but otherwise he's got like the best Bahia Bowl in the entire like vicinity.
Yeah, the
of Fort
acai
Myers.
bowl is so good, and it's super close. It's like 5 minutes from FGCU. It's across the street from Miramar Outlets, which is like a huge shopping mall. But another place that just recently opened not too long ago, maybe like a year ago, and they were big with our CEO club in undergrad.
Yeah, totally.
Give them a shout out.
They are called
FK.
Sweet Berry Bowls is the other bowl place, but Bahia
Yeah.
Bowls is way better. And then, you're talking about FK or
Yeah,
Diet.
FK Your Diet.
All right,
That's
guys,
the best.
shout out to Doug and Amy from FK or Diet, guys. They are, okay, so this is their mission, and this is how they started. About a year and a half ago, a guy that I worked with named Scott Kelly, shout out to Scott Kelly because he always knows the new entrepreneurial places to go and to visit. He said, hey, there's a really cool restaurant that just opened up. It's on 41 where you live, and it's called FK or Diet, and they have this awesome mission, okay? The founder used to be a foster kid, and him and his girlfriend, Amy, they moved here and opened from Ohio and opened up a restaurant that basically gives a bunch of their proceeds to foster kids. And they hire foster kids. They hire at-risk youth. They are are awesome, and the food is incredible. They use like all fresh ingredients from Publix, none of that frozen stuff. They don't order it from big companies. And I went in there. I went in there once. I tried a burger. It was delicious. I went in there twice. I tried crepes. They were amazing. They're like pancake crepes covered in syrup. And then the best thing they have on their menu, guys, are you ready? Actually, probably the two best things.
Yeah,
they have their
it.
homemade donuts. They're like melting and covered in frosting, and they're the best freaking donut I've ever had. They all have all different kinds. But I love their bacon donut. And then speaking of bacon, the second best thing there, you got to keep in mind, I'm like a super sugar junkie.
And
so if you don't
foodie.
like sugar, there's a lot of other good stuff. Is they have a bacon milkshake.
Oh, I have not had that yet, but it's on my list.
It sounds gross, but guys, like I love being able to chew the bacon like while tasting like the sweet vanilla.
I don't know if I
like man, it's
that.
so good. But if it's not your thing, they have strawberry, which is also amazing. They've got root beer floats, and then they also have this really good egg sandwich. It's like 2 sausages, bacon, egg sandwich, and their potatoes always amazing.
I almost feel like we could have a whole episode just on the food that they have.
Oh yeah, we
could
could
have
sit
that
here.
burrito that's bigger than my head.
And if you eat it all, you get it for free. So.
Yeah, and my brother ate it, and he didn't even become like close to it. But then avocado toast is always
the avocado toast
good.
is fire. Yeah, guys, if you okay, we will honestly give you a free Travel Brats shirt if you can go to FK Your Diet and eat that whole burrito and text us a picture of you with your empty plate.
Yeah, because you deserve it then.
Yeah, Doug will have to verify. I will give him a call and be like, did they actually do it or did you help them? But they're awesome. So guys, go support your local foster kids. Go support local small businesses. Try FK Your Diet and let us know what you think.
And then another big one that Soph and I both found separately, but then when we were talking one day, we both realized that we loved it, and that's Fancy's.
Oh,
Fancy's
man.
is off of Daniels, which is
Yes.
exit 131. It's by 2 meatballs and a sub.
Yeah, I mean, if you just type in Fancies in your GPS, it knows where you're trying to go.
It is the best Southern cooking food. Like, I feel like when I'm done eating, my stomach is like, has a little
my
food
gosh.
baby in it.
So you've probably been going there for a while.
Yeah, kind of like 2 years now, I think.
Yeah, but I started going there. The first time I ever went there was, shout out to my good friend Matt Walden, guys. He's a local musician, actually from Jacksonville, I'm pretty sure. But Jacksonville, Tampa area.
Yeah, St. Pete.
St. Pete, there we go, guys. You can tell I'm
Jacksonville.
not from Florida. Orlando, is that the same thing? Anyway, but he's awesome. Shout out to Matt Walden. If you guys want to check him out and listen to some of his tunes, he's like a very beachy vibe, Jason Mrazzi mixed with a little bit of Ed Sheeran.
Mraz, I feel that.
Right? He's like the best guy. He's so down to earth. So if you guys listen to him, shout out to Matt. But anyway, back to my story. So he was doing a show there, and he loves to perform at local bars. He has really fun connecting with the people and playing covers as well as his own stuff. But there's this cool area. So it's got 2 sides to Fancies. It's got like a kitchen part, and it's got like a really cool bar area with like couches and pretty drapes and like mirrors and like little windows cut out. And there's like an upper area where he literally sits above everyone on this cool like little mountain like wood thing, and he was performing. So we were all there. We were getting sangria. By the way, the best drinks there. Their sangrias, I don't know what they put in them, but they're fire. They have white, red, and I think rosé. But my favorite is the white, and I don't like white sangria anywhere.
I like red a lot.
Yeah,
so
I
I'll
like
have to
red
try the
more,
white.
but their white is just amazing. It's not too sweet, but anyway, it's great. So he's performing, and I didn't have food, but I was drinking with my friends, and then one of my guy friends ordered chicken and waffles, and I was like, just give me a bite. Give me one bite. So I finally convinced him to give me one bite, and it was like the best thing I ever had. So since then, I went back. I've had chicken and waffles. I've had just plain old chicken. I've had banana pudding, which is my favorite dessert there. And in regard to the fried chicken, okay, you can get 2 sides with everything. And I'm super bad. I always get fried chicken and with the best 2 sides there. Sweet potato fries, which you can dip in brown sugar.
I love
They have like
that.
brown sugar syrup you can dip your fries in.
I like
with
mine
sweet
in
potato
ranch.
fries.
Is that weird?
Yeah, it's really weird. Just kidding. Well, I see regular fries, but guys, if you're stepping out of your comfort zone, you can dip them in ranch like Ashley, or you can dip them in sugar like me, since we already established I'm a sugar junkie. And then the second best side there is definitely the mac and cheese.
Without a doubt, it is so good. Fancy's, honestly, you should look at their menu if you live locally, or even if you're just down here. This is like a really cool place to like go with family, friends, and even like a date. Like, I guess if you're wanting to go on a date there, I feel like it's like higher end, but not high end.
Yeah, the
but
pricing
it's
isn't too bad. I mean, I
Yeah.
could get like the full meal of fried chicken and the 2 sides and a drink for probably like $26.
$26 exactly?
26, because the drinks aren't 25 and the meal's not 19. The meal's about 20 and the drink was about 6. Okay, everybody? See, Ashley, I'm not good at math, but that's an average. I mean, obviously, plus tip, you're going to be spending about like $30 there, depending on what you get. But it's an awesome place. So go check it out. And yeah, it totally is good for dates because of the cozy area on the left.
It is cozy.
Oh, and I totally forgot to mention, they do trivia on Thursday nights. Yeah. I don't know if they still do it anymore, so we'll have to check and we'll put it in our blog. But they have some of the best trivia there, and we always go and bring a big group and sit in the bar area and have so much fun. So,
and then another place that's right by it, and I wrote a blog about this probably like 2 years ago, an Artisan Eatery, and I'm still such a big fan of it. It's a little hole-in-the-wall place. It's very local, and the food was absolutely amazing. But, like, I can talk about the food all day, but the one thing that I want to mention about it, and I'll link the blog that I wrote about it, is the cake. The homemade cake was the best I've ever had. Like, it was something, oh, man. I just would go back just for the cake.
That reminds me of that cake that we had in Fairhope. But that's another story for another day at Sandra's place. But anyway, the cake, and also I know that you guys may like sandwiches if you're a sandwich person. I'm such a sandwich person when it comes to muffaladas. They have the best muffalata there. I went one time.
What is that?
Muffalada? Okay.
I've never heard of that.
Guys, okay, so New Orleans got great muffaladas. The South just has great muffaladas. But basically, it's like a lot of different kinds of meats in the center, like salami and ham. And then it has little olives, like olive paste on the top and the bottom. And then these cool, like, panini bread. Oh, my gosh. No, actually. It is like the best sandwich. I mean, you're either like a muffalata person, like a Philly cheesesteak. They also have great Philly cheesesteaks there. I went with one of my good friends, Danielle.
I love it.
Yeah, and Danielle got the Philly cheesesteak. She loved it. I got the muffalata. I loved it. Guys, Ashley's a cake person. It's amazing. So go check it out. You can go to Artisan Eatery for lunch. Fancy's is great for dinner and trivia and hanging out. So those are some awesome places that are just right by us in Fort Myers.
But honestly, like, there's a lot of pretty good places, and even like breweries that we like going to. Like, we weren't even gonna mention that in the transcript we wrote out, but like, there's some like breweries popping up everywhere we go, and they're a lot of fun. Like Millennial Brewery.
Yeah, Millennial's my favorite. I think the most fun we've ever had was at Millennial because they did. Okay, so we were there just kind of like playing Cards Against Humanity. We're having some sours. We're having some regular beer. We're all chilling. It was like me, Ashley, our friend Shelby, and our friend Maddie. And then this guy gets up on they have a little stage, and he's like, "All right, everybody, like, we're gonna go ahead and start." And we're like, "Wait, what's going on here?" And he's like, "It's surprise karaoke night." And so we ended up singing karaoke for like 3 hours and drinking beer. We did like Bust a Move. It was me and my backup dancers, Ashley and Shelby. It was so much fun.
I'm the hype girl. Sophia's a really good singer, but like, I honestly will get up on stage and I will sing my little heart out. But I will not be a top performer, but I sure as hell have fun.
Oh, yeah, guys. Get yourself a friend like Ash because she is hype, man. And we have so much fun together. That's why we started this travel podcast in the first place. But if you guys want to check out Millennial Brewing Company, it's my favorite. And you know what? In our blog, we'll also write a little bit more about some other good ones in the area.
Yeah, because there was that one that Matt Walden was performing at right when I got home from being
Fort
away.
Myers Brewing Company.
Yeah,
Fort Myers Brewing Company is awesome too. They're, again, closer to Fort Myers downtown, and they're so much fun. I mean, there's also one that's like right down the street from me, and they also have all these cool events like trivia. They have a whole back area too, which I love this because it's like this secret door, and then you open it, and it's back where all the giant brewing little like big tins are.
Oh yeah.
And then they have like games, and they have cars, and they have the big old block game, where you're pulling them out. What's that called? That block game?
Oh, Jenga.
They've got like a big version of Jenga. Which
I love that.
So much fun. And then obviously, guys, if we're talking about chains, World of Beer. It's a
World of
Gulf Coast
Beer.
Town
I was
Center.
going to say that too.
I've never had a bad time at World of Beer. Again, they do trivia. I
Ping
went on
pong.
a date once there, and it actually wasn't too terrible. Like it's a fun place, and I just love brewing companies.
Yep.
So.
And then also, if you're an FGCU student or spend a lot of time maybe around the area too, definitely follow FGCU Food Gods.
What? Shout out to our secret friends who do FGCU Food Gods, but they're not so secret anymore.
Yeah, I don't know if it's public knowledge, but why don't you follow them and get the scoop and see if you can figure out who it is?
And then on the next episode, if we find out that it is public knowledge, we will let you know who the secret FGCU Food Gods are.
Yes, so definitely follow them because they go over a lot of stuff that's on campus that you can definitely check out. So enough on food. I think we're like big foodies, but there's a lot of other stuff to do because there's like in Gulf Coast Town Center, which is like one of our big malls, there's different things like you can do game time.
Yes.
which is fun because it's almost a little bit like a Dave and Buster's, but a little bit of a different vibe. There is a Dave and Buster's, more closer to like Fancy's off of Daniels.
Yeah, that's actually in where Society is.
Oh yeah, like where Society is.
So it's called what's the name of that shopping center?
Oh,
It's got a
Bell
Regal,
Tower.
Bell Tower. It's got
There's
a
big
Regal,
movie theater
Dave and
there.
Buster's. They have another WOB, which I was just at trivia 2 nights ago there, and they
So
also
fun.
have Society, and then they've got like a we ate with your mom last Friday. You know?
Oh, Daruma's.
Daruma's, and so they're awesome. They also have shopping, so they've got all these cool places. There's what's cool about Fort Myers is there's so many restaurants, like hole in the wall and chain, and there's so many shopping centers that I've got your movies, I've got your bars to go out in, I've got your game centers. So we'll also break those down for a little bit for you if you guys want, because we've got like Gulf Coast Town Center, huge, Miramar, huge, Coconut Point, huge, Bell Tower Shops, huge.
Yeah.
And they've all got fun stuff.
And even in Gulf Coast, so back to Gulf Coast. Gulf Coast is probably the closest place to Fort Myers.
If you live at FGCU, like if you're a student, Gulf Coast is your place for everything.
Yeah, and so like another thing that's fun to do there, because like, yeah, it's cool to like go to food and go get drinks and stuff, but like sometimes it sucks that so much revolves around food and drinks
Right.
nowadays. So like there's other things that you can do, like there's Painted with a Twist, which is very, very fun.
Totally, yeah.
And I'm not too artsy, but it's like fun to kind of go out of your comfort zone and try and paint different things. And that's always fun to do with like a group of people. And yeah, there's just tons of stuff to do around there. And there's a lot of places that you can sit outside too.
Oh yeah, guys, we love outside. I mean, that's the beauty of being in Florida. Is it's just beautiful. You can sit outside, you can have drinks, especially in this weather right now. We're in January. It's like 50, 60 degrees outside.
January. Is Valentine's Day in January?
Oh no, guys. Well, my excuse for everything is since I graduated, I just kind of lost my mind. And yeah,
I feel that.
I feel like it's January like 15th, but oh hey, it's Valentine's Day and I'm alone. So Ashley, just don't make me think about the fact that it's Valentine's Day and I'm alone, okay?
Well,
Anyway.
2020 is going by so fast. I just feel like time should slow down a little
Yeah,
bit.
it does.
But I've only been home for a month and a half.
I know.
Like I was away for 6 months and now
and
I'm
that's
home.
another story for another day.
That's a story for another
Ashley's
time.
quite the traveler. Ashley's quite the push your limits kind of traveler. I'm like the let's go party in Miami traveler. So that's why, guys, we think it's going to be really fun for you guys to connect with us, because you can either be more like me, just an absolute psycho, or, you can be like the intellectual traveler like Ashley and
That
really
is
want to
the
grow
funniest
and learn
description.
and push your limits. Or you can just be like, yo, where's the beignets and where's the party at? So we think that's going to be a fun time. But anyway, Gulf Coast Town Center for FGCU students, that is the absolute move.
Yeah, and then like other things that we were mentioning is like Coconut Point is probably one of my favorite places to go for like the movie theater. It's a little bit cheaper there to go to the movies.
Yeah, in fact,
which
we
is
just saw a movie
nice.
last night.
Yeah, we saw the Harley Quinn movie and it's like a badass girl power.
It was like super Galentine's Day kind of
Yeah.
movie. So shout out to Celeste Pollen for
Picking
wanting to
it
go see that
out.
movie. Yeah, because it was Galentine's Day. Apparently, that's a thing.
It
And
is a thing. I love it.
like National Donut Day or National Pie Day or National Puppy Day, National Girls Day. So we went to see that. It was good, badass movie. And then
We went to Tommy Bahama before. Sophia met us a little bit later, but Tommy Bahama in Coconut Point is so good. A lot of people associate it just with clothes, but the food and drinks there are my favorite. Okay, it's a little bit of an older crowd, but if you can find seating and be in that environment, it's really fun. And they have a great happy hour. It's a little bit pricey if you don't go to happy hour, but I think happy hour is like 4 to 6 and like definitely like do your thing, order some drinks.
and it's
but
way more casual. I mean,
Yeah.
they've got the fruity drinks. And again, guys, with the sitting outside, almost their whole restaurant is outside.
like completely.
Yeah, it's so much fun, and you can just watch people going by. You can do a little shopping. You can go there, then you can go to the movies, which is like right across the street. But anyway, that's fun. Another great place in Coconut Point that I'm just absolutely in love with because I love Italian food is Divieto.
Oh,
it's so good.
love it.
Yeah, I mean, they have, okay, guys, they got a cheese wheel that they make all of their pasta Alfredo in. So they'll dump the pasta in there. It's melting. They're scooping it up with the cheese. Oh my gosh, they have great veal. You got what, chicken piccata last time or chicken marsala?
No, this is amazing because I can't find this many places, and it's called Chicken Madeira. The only other place that has that is Cheesecake Factory, but Divieto, or however you pronounce it, is really good.
Divieto, e pesa pasta. Okay, that sounded a little more Like, I sounded like a degenerate there. I don't want to say that again.
But the cheese wheel that Soph gets, I literally am there just for the show.
Yeah.
But we always enjoy ourselves there. But there's so many good restaurants there.
Mm-hmm.
California Pizza Kitchen. There's different places to shop. So
Ooh, okay, wait. Okay, the last time I went there too, they have specials at Divieto. I know I'm
didn't
still
know
hung
that.
up on it, but they had lobster mac and cheese.
oh shoot.
And it changed my life.
I love
I
it.
actually did my graduation party there, like, and everybody came. They have rooms that you can rent out, like a smaller one and then a larger one, and we just had people come and hang out. We had cake, we had all these cool drinks, and they do service, like they'll bring out drinks for people. You can pay by drink, or you can just pay for the whole party. But anyway, guys, parties to just go on a romantic date with your woman friend since you're single, or bring your family there when they come to visit, because it is on the pricier side. So
Bring
it's
your
a great
parents.
place to go. Bring your parents; they'll pay for you. I mean, if they're good parents, they will.
Yeah, but there's a lot of shopping that goes on there too, and there's some different places to go, and you can just like explore and walk. It's a very like clean environment too.
Yeah,
Barnes and Noble. I'm like a sucker for Barnes and Noble. I
Mm-hmm.
spend way too much time and money there. But it's really awesome. It's huge there, and you can't really miss it. It's kind of like in the center of everything. And there's also Haagen-Dazs there, which I got yesterday for Valentine's
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Day.
where'd you guys eat dessert, huh?
And I'm a sucker for banana splits. Those are just my favorite.
They're good.
But yeah, it's like fun to do that, and then fun to like pick up some shopping stuff, because there's a lot of places that aren't like everywhere, aren't like super chainy type
Right,
thing.
and like there are some chain places too, but those chain places are like nice stores. Like I love Brighton. I buy
Yeah.
my mom everything that she ever wants there, and so I love it. They have a great Brighton store there. They also have everything but water. If you guys like are more on the high end swimsuit side, I mean they're super good quality, and they always have cute cover ups. They do have really good sales too, so check that out if you're interested in like pretty cover ups, hats, swimmies. And then I usually hate Dillard's. Like I'm a department store brat, so I like Saks and stuff a lot more. But I've gone shopping with a lot of my friends to like help my guy friends pick out suits for job interviews and stuff like that. And Dillard's is the move. So if you guys check out the Dillard's there, and then everything but water, and there's a lot of cool little boutiques there
Yeah,
too.
we'll tag some more of the boutiques, because that's a big thing that we like seeing, and it's honestly just fun to kind of hang out with your friends. There's a lot of tables around, a lot like Auntie Anne's and like all that kind of little stuff. And I mean, if you have little kiddos, you can take them to like the Build-A-Bear workshop, and that's
They
cute.
have Build-A-Bear. So that, oh
Uh-huh.
man, I remember Build-A-Bear.
Yeah.
Did you ever go to Build-A-Bear when you were a kid?
Oh yeah, and I feel like everybody had to, at least to get like one or two of them. But I loved putting that little heart inside of them. I was like, that's so
you
cute.
put their heart inside.
You're
them.
like, yes,
You
this is so
created the
real to
love.
me. But yeah, so basically, if you have any other questions about Fort Myers, I feel like we talked a lot about foodie places. So we'll also try to think of more things for you to just get out and do. There's just so many things that you can just do outside. And honestly, if you have good company too, it's really easy to get connected with that too.
Right. And also, to let you guys know, we talked a little bit about bars, not a ton, but one of our next episodes, it may be the very next, or we may surprise you, and it may be like the next,
Or the next,
or
behind
like
the next one.
The next times 4 or 5 or 3 or 2. Anyway, so we are going to do a bar segment, and we're partnering with somebody that we're absolutely obsessed with, Bar Surge. And we are
Surge.
basically going to take you on an all-inclusive guide to where to go out when in Fort Myers. Guys, he's a local student. He started a business called Bar Surge. It's Bar Surge, but it's an inside story. We'll tell you when he comes in. But basically, he's going to take us out and tell us where to go, where the good deals are, when are the ladies' nights, when are drinks free, when are drinks half off, and all the ins and outs of the party scene around Florida Gulf Coast University. So we will be doing that very soon, in case you're like, hey, well, where the heck do I go if I can't get all the way down to the beach or get all the way down to downtown Fort Myers, guys? We will
And
be letting you
Uber.
know.
Always Uber.
Guys,
Do not drink and drive.
no
ever.
driving. Uber, or like, you
Uber.
know,
Split it with your friends.
Use your
Call your
friends.
parents. Call us. We don't care.
use them.
Well,
Don't
okay,
split it.
I don't
Get
know
them
if
to
we'll
drive
be
you.
sober.
Get them
but-
to pick you up. And be like, even if you're totally sober, be like, I'm drunk. Come pick me up. Save
Yeah,
gas money.
always Uber, even Lyft. We aren't much of Lyft people, but I mean,
Actually,
we could
I
be.
am.
You are now?
Yeah, I am. I
Switching.
never, because Uber, hey, shout out to Uber again. I'm going to de-recommend Uber because of the fact that A, my friends almost got kidnapped in Miami. That's another story
shoot.
for Miami for Uber. And then B, okay, Uber, you need to let me back in because they logged me out.
locked you
And
out.
here's the thing, people are like, oh, stupid, just use your email and then it'll send you a new password and you can, and no, because it'll text me like from a random phone number and then I can't get in. Anyway, guys, this is pointless story, but Uber hates me and they're way too secure. So
Yeah, but anyways, besides the point, just don't get behind the wheel and drive. That's our advice.
No, it is not worth
you.
it. Plus, Fort Myers PD they're on it. They're on that grind, so they will catch you.
And then, so this was our itinerary today, was all things Fort Myers facets. But a little thing to wrap up the show, we want to say some highs and lows.
Yes.
So we want to say best and worst. Both of us growing up, we basically talked with our families, and when they would be like, okay, what was the best part of your day and what was the worst part of your day? So we kind of want to say what the best part about living in Fort Myers is and maybe the worst part.
Oh my gosh. So what are we going to start with?
So I would say best part is honestly like being able to be outside all year round is probably the best thing. But
Totally.
I feel like that's a kind of a given. It's also being able to like meet people. Honestly, like whenever we go out, we're always talking to people, and it's easy. Like when you're nice and you're kind, you attract people who are also. So it allows for people to be like, hey, like I saw you before on campus, and like you start conversations. So like even that community base, even if you're like traveler from out of town, you can still connect with really nice people. And then I would say the worst is if you do not know how to drive in Fort Myers with all the snowbirds, just get off the road. Literally, just stay off the road. The driving really sucks. It takes so long to get everywhere.
People call Fort Myers and Southwest Florida God's waiting room. Sometimes they call the entire state of Florida God's waiting room. But, those people with their driving, it is God's waiting room because just stay away from them. Be safe, guys. And a lot that we like to try to remind people is, sometimes you may be a good driver, but it's not just you.
Yeah, you have to be aware of everybody else.
Yeah, like something bad could happen and it couldn't be your fault. But anyway, so we're not trying to scare you guys, but just be mindful when you're driving with a lot of elderly people around, especially if you go down to Naples. But I would agree, the weather's great. The driving, not so much.
Not so much.
Yeah, but what I love about Fort Myers that Ashley kind of touched on a little bit is the people. They're so friendly. We have an older community, but they're great. And then we have a younger community too because there's a college. There's a couple colleges.
And young professionals. There's a lot of big businesses now coming in around here that a lot of people are young professionals too.
And so it's great because you've got your FGCU students, you got your Ave Maria Law School students, you got your FSW students, and a lot of people that I've met, a lot of my friends have homes in Fort Myers or Naples, and they live with their families, and I have just made so many good, I feel so at home here, and I have so many families of my friends that I feel like are my own parents.
Yeah, my parents love you.
I mean, when Ashley was away traveling for 6 months, I would be getting dinner with her mom and her stepdad Mark. I mean, it was so much fun. So the connections, and then talking about the local business scene, guys. We're entrepreneurs. We're serial entrepreneurs. We're creative people. I had this girl reach out to me the other day on Instagram. She had a mutual friend with me. We sat down, we got coffee, and now we're starting a women's entrepreneurship group for once a month meetings, starting small businesses, encouraging women in the business community. So it's so much fun down here, guys.
DM us about information about that because we want to get more people involved too. And we also want to say this is our first time actually creating the podcast and going about this. So we're also really open to any and all feedback that we have. We have a mindset of being entrepreneurial. We have that mindset of continuous improvement and wanting to get better at every step of the way. And so bear with us.
Yeah, if you tell us that we suck, Ashley's only going to cry for 5 minutes. So
only 5.
Only 5.
Yeah, and then I'll just wipe my tears away and we'll move on. But we do like the constructive criticism and we do appreciate it, and we appreciate you tuning in. We really love you guys and appreciate this because our whole purpose for this is we want to build a community for travelers. We want to inspire, empower, and start these conversations that we feel like there's a hole in the environment right now that we definitely want to.
Black hole.
We want
to try and fill with white love and
love
snap.
And togetherness.
You guys know what I meant. We want to fill it with color and love and peace and pandas and all of the above. So anyway, guys, but I just wanted to shout out one more thing. This is all possible from us, which means our sponsors, which means our own businesses.
Yes.
Ashley has a blog that you may have heard of on our introduction video called
Thoughtful Blonde.
And she also has a really cool Instagram too called Traveling with Ash.
Traveling with Ash. It's all branding and
it's all self-branding, self-love. So And it's also brought to you. So it's brought to you by Travel Blonde or Thoughtful Blonde and Traveling with Ash. It's also brought to you by Shop Best Dressed. So if you guys are struggling with finding cute outfits to wear, you kind of want to jump on that minimalistic movement, I have a company. It's a subscription package company. You can rent clothes. You can purchase clothes. It's kind of all-inclusive style for fast fashion loving millennials, college students. So guys, check those out. The Instagrams are linked on all of our pages on Instagram and our own pages. So, and if you have any questions, again, you can write those in too for us. We want to explain all that we're interested to you guys and connect.
So we love you guys. Thank you for tuning in.
Love
and
you
follow
guys.
at the Travel Brats on Instagram and follow our YouTube channel. We love you guys. Bye.
Mwah.